name is Mary, and I'm going to be talking to you today about gun control in the U.S. Around here, it's a pretty sensitive topic because at Marshall County, there was a shooting about last January, which was my last year of high school at the time. And I personally didn't know anybody that was injured, but I knew people that went to the school. And I remember sitting there that morning in my pre-cal first period class, and everybody was on their phones, and my teacher was on his phone, and I was just kind of like, I was the kind of student that didn't really want to be on their phone. I was afraid I would get in trouble, and I asked somebody next to me why everybody was on their phones, and she was like, there's a shooting over at Marshall, and right now it's still going on, and I was just like in shock. So immediately I pull out my phone, and there's news stories. Everybody is texting me. I had a few friends from Marshall text me and told me that they were scared, and the phone lines were so tied up, my messages wouldn't go through, and it was not fun. But, you know, that wouldn't have happened if the student that shot up the school did not have access to a gun. So, and as I understand, we can't take away guns fully. I don't want to take away guns fully, because when I'm older, I want to have a concealed carry because it'll make me feel a whole lot safer in today's world. But I feel like there should be more of a regulation, because today you have to be, according to Gifford's Law Center in Illinois, you have to be 21 to carry a concealed carry or a handgun, in other words. However, that age drops down to 18 if it is from a private or unlicensed seller. They're not necessarily going to follow the regulations that are in place. And that's for handguns and concealed carries, and that's it. That's for those, you know. There's also federal law that long guns, such as like AR-15s and shotguns, you only have to be, or the minimum age is 18 years old for licensed dealers. And then for unlicensed dealers, there's no minimum age to buy long guns. So I've heard of all the different shootings with different kinds of guns. And to my understanding, there haven't been that many long gun shootings, which would really kind of surprises me, because I would figure that since they're so much easier to get for younger people, that, they would use that. But somehow I just feel like people need to have a better understanding of how dangerous these guns are, and how if maybe sat in the wrong spot, your teenager, your child could get it and play with it. If they're a child, if they're a teenager, they could go shoot up a school, and you would have no idea, because you wouldn't have seen your gun missing. Now, I feel like we as America, and federal law, state laws, we need to have a more comprehensive and detailed background checks for concealed carries and for the longbows. And I feel like there should not be unlicensed and private owned gun shops just because they don't necessarily go by the age limits that the federal law has put in place. And I feel like that is very important. Just so, maybe that could, stop the next school shooting from happening, because they weren't old enough to go get a gun. Maybe it was a senior in high school, and they had to be 21 instead of 18, and they couldn't go get a gun. That I just feel like that should really play a role in these private and unlicensed gun shops and owners. They should really think about who they're selling their weapons to. And I understand selling, like I said before, I want to have a concealed carry when I'm older. I feel like Americans should be able to protect themselves, but we shouldn't have to protect ourselves from children with guns or teenagers with guns. or honestly, other Americans with guns shooting at us. It shouldn't be a thing. It really shouldn't. It's quite sad, and how many people lose their lives because they were going to school one day and they got shot. Just a normal day. You just never know. That's why these unlicensed and private gun owners, I feel, need to go by the federal law just a little more, or just at all would be nice. I'm not saying that they don't follow any laws. I'm sure they do. I feel like they should maybe raise the age limit to 21, nationwide for all guns. And I'm not saying, hunting, but you need a long gun for that. My son wants to hunt. I get that. I understand that. You can buy the gun, and you should be responsible enough to watch them with the gun and put it up when it is done. But it should not be out for them to just have. Guns are so dangerous, and kids' minds, our minds are not fully developed until we are 25 years old. That is a general understanding that many people might know, many people might not know, but I happen to know that, and we might feel as if we're being bullied or not being seen enough, so we think, let's get a gun and show them I'm here, I matter, now they see me. But, an adult versus that, I'm not saying that adults won't shoot up places because it's happened, but I feel like an adult can have a more reasonable understanding and not think, let me go hurt these people because they won't, see me. I just feel that the gun laws, the age limit should be raised, and unlicensed and private owners should obey those just a little more. Thank you.